At Home with Lucas here. So today we're going to be talking about Lavazza's top class whole bean coffee. Yes, people, I'm super excited to be putting these beans to the coffee review test. Yes, these things have a flavor note of dark chocolate and cinnamon, which sounds very, very intriguing to me. But the most important thing is, will these work in my espresso machine? I have since gone from pour over straight to espresso, and I'm learning that the bean actually matters, people. It is very, very important. So I'm crossing my fingers and I'm hoping that these are some of the top Lavazza beans. Of course, these are Arabica and Robusto. This is 50-50 right down the middle. If you don't know what Arabica and Robusto blend is, look it up. It is absolutely amazing. You're gonna get so much more benefit out of it than you would from drinking just Arabica coffee, which is what most bags of coffee are. They're Arabica. Arabica is less bitter and it's less caffeine. Robusto is more bitter with more caffeine. So if you get the blend just right, you're gonna get an amazing cup of coffee that you're really gonna fall in love with. And that is something that I am absolutely obsessed with right now, is the blend. I love me a good blend of Arabica and Robusto. If you get too much Robusto, it's gonna be very bitter and it might be overloading on your system. So you have to get it just right. And 50-50, I believe, is the highest blend that I've done yet. So if you look at the Lavazza website or if you look on Amazon, you're gonna be able to find that blend percentage and you're gonna enjoy it. But enough jibba jab, let's jump into this sip test, people. Woo! All right, let's take a look at this beast. This is Lavazza, of course, Torino, Italy, 1895. There's their one-way valve right there. This is top class. I guess there is a top and a top class. So there's two different ones here. Top has different flavor notes. Class has these flavor notes. They covered up the foreign text right here, which is, I don't care. This has notes of cinnamon, dark chocolate. And that's very interesting. I'm not a big fan of cinnamon in my coffee, but I do love myself a good cinnamon roll. Coffee beans, this is the 2.2 pound. So if you look at Lavazza on Amazon, you're gonna be like, oh, that's a little expensive, $22, whatever. But you have to realize you're getting more than 2 pounds of coffee for $22, $25, $26, which is very cheap because some coffees are 10 ounces, 10-ounce bags, and you're paying $12, $13 for it. Okay, this is very interesting. They actually show you exactly how the professionals use this, and it is only in an espresso machine. So that is very, very interesting. They're literally like, don't put this in a drip coffee maker. Do not put this in a pour over, no French press. This is it right here, professional use. And in fact, that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be using my espresso machine for the first time ever on a coffee review. So this is really exciting. I don't think there's much more on here to kind of look at. I think we've kind of touched on everything. Let's open this bad boy up and take a look at the beans. This, of course, is completely sealed. There is no way to open this without, you guessed it, scissors. Let's slice this bad boy open. And because this is an espresso review, we're gonna be loading up this espresso cup with some beans. All right, let's get into the sip test, people. No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a closer look at these beans, people. Wow, okay, so you have some lighter beans over here. You have some darker beans, but all in all, these are looking really, really pretty. They are definitely on the medium to large size, which is interesting because Lavazza typically goes for the smaller bean. Yeah, there you go. That definitely looks like some decent beans. You got some weird stuff going on here with the roasting. Some of these are looking a little bit strange, but those are probably designed for flavor notes. This, of course, is Robusto and Arabica. 50-50, straight down the middle. So you're gonna get a very powerful cup of coffee with this blend right here. Robusto has so much more caffeine than Arabica, so you're gonna get a good kick. But there you go, beans look really solid. Let's get these over to the espresso machine and get extracting. Okay, one little pro tip when buying a 2.2 pound bag is get yourself something that's airtight that you can put your coffee beans in, like this canister right here, and that way you can offset the amount of beans that are actually in here. So You can either use this up as fast as possible or use this up and make sure you've got this really sealed nice and tight like this. But that is just a little pro tip, because once you cut this bag open, you got to get a lot of beans out before you can roll it down. So put half in here, leave half in there, and you're good to go. Okay, another little pro tip: if you have a grinder built into your coffee maker or espresso maker, get yourself out your vacuum and just suck the beans out of there so you don't have any cross contamination. Okay, let's take a look at the really nice, very nice color on there. That is a very good grind. You can see all of it is very fine, very uniform, perfect for an espresso. Now we're gonna go ahead and tamp this. All right, there we go. That is a great looking puck right there. Very uniform color, beautiful, just absolutely amazing. Okay, because I am a standard American, I'm gonna make an Americana. Wow, that coffee is so powerful. It is literally putting my machine to the max. I'm getting dribbles and a little bit of a stream. Holy bananas, I've never seen anything like that before. And I've definitely done the exact same thing with other beans. Wow, look at that extraction right there, people. That is golden. Wow, that was next level, people. For this machine, I've made so many espresso shots out of this machine and never seen anything that intense. All right, let's get into the sip test, people. But first, we gotta drop our thermometer in the cup to see where the temperature is at. Okay, coffee is still too hot. It's around 142. I needed to get down below 140 before we do the sip test so I get all the different flavor notes that are in this bad boy, the dark chocolate and the cinnamon. So while this is cooling, let's do a little story time. So back in the dark ages of COVID, I bought a bag of Lavazza for the first time and I drank that, making a pour over. And I swear I didn't have, this is gonna sound disgusting, so skip ahead 30 seconds if you don't wanna hear it. I didn't have diarrhea, but I definitely had a lot of trips to the bathroom, if you will. And it was definitely something that I equated directly to the Lavazza coffee. And I don't know if it was just too much Robusto in my system or if it was actually a form of COVID that I didn't know about. I had no other symptoms other than that and would kind of go away by midday. So I was paranoid about Lavazza coffee and I literally said, this is coffee that I should avoid. Maybe I'm allergic to it. Fast forward ahead a few months ago, I literally bought another bag of Lavazza coffee, the Arabica and Robusto, and I started drinking it. And when I tell you I got a caffeine kick like no other and I got a boost like no other, I was totally in love. I was like, this is the coffee for me. This is what I should be drinking. And I had zero problems. I didn't have the 5 trips to the bathroom after drinking a big cup of coffee. I was good to go, but I was using an espresso machine. So I was changing up the coffee to water ratio and making espresso Americanas like this bad boy right here. And now I am absolutely obsessed and hooked on the dual bean, the 50-50, the 30-70, whatever it may be of the Arabica to Robusto. So I am totally hooked to the point where I'm buying Nespresso capsules just because they have the blend. And Lavazza and Death Wish and a few other coffee companies out there do the blend, but not a lot do. So it's very limited. And Lavazza also has 100% Arabica, which I avoid like the plague. I don't want Arabica, I want that Robusto kick. But let's go ahead and get back into this sip. All right, there we go. That is around 135. That is perfect for this guy to give it the sip. Whoa, wow, people, that is amazing. The first taste you get is that dark chocolate. It's very chocolatey, but not in a milk chocolatey way. It's completely different. And then the aftertaste, right after that dark chocolate, is cinnamon. I don't know if I've ever had this precise of flavor note hit in my life. Never. It's never been this precise. This is literally those two, boom, boom. And now the aftertaste is this very cinnamony, very good flavor. This is a very good cup of coffee. And I love coffee. I'm not a espresso drinker. I will make espresso shots occasionally if I just want a quick boost, but I am definitely one that is more into the enjoyment of the sipping and less into the quick feeling of the caffeine. So let's get back into this. Yeah, that is very quality, and you can really taste that 50-50 blend. You can really taste that you're getting a little bit more than normal. One thing I always wonder is it 50-50 in the entire bag, and how does that blend actually work? Are you gonna grind up a little bit more Arabica, a little bit more Robusto? So I've always wondered how that actually breaks down into each espresso shot, but that's something maybe for a later video. Wow, that is seriously quality. It doesn't have any sort of harshness to it, so it's not spiking in any one direction, telling me that this is too strong. Imagine if you drank this as a shot of espresso, it might be a little bit more on the intense side, and maybe something that you might not like as much, because this is almost half and half water, half espresso. But yeah, this is 5 out of 5 stars. I don't even know why I'm continuing on. This is definitely 5 out of 5 stars. The taste in your mouth is very pleasant. It is cinnamony, so if you're not a fan of cinnamon, skip this and go with something else. If you're not a fan of chocolate, you may be okay. If you're not a fan of dark chocolate, you might not like this one. If you're not a fan of milk chocolate, you may actually like this one. It doesn't have that like sweet chocolatey taste. It has a little bit of a different note to it. Wow, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful cup of coffee right there. Like, you just cannot get away from that. And the thing about espresso machines that I'm learning is the beans matter, people. So if you're looking to get into espresso, you need to get the beans that will work in an espresso machine. And it sounds weird, but I've literally put Tim Hortons in there and that stuff does not work. It literally, the espresso gauge will stay on more of like a coffee, and it won't build that pressure because the bean is not a good quality. So you actually need a really good quality bean to get that good espresso shot. You need that pressure to build and then slowly come out. As you saw, it dripped. It started dripping, then it made a stream. That is the sign that you have a very good bean, basically perfect for espresso. So Lavazza has figured it out. They're like, this bean, this combination, this blend is what you need for that. Of course, comment down below if you're missing the pour over and you want me to bring that back into another video. I may do that at some point. I need to upgrade my whole setup. I need a new kettle. I need a new pour over. I need a new grinder. I need a new everything. The machine I just used has the grinder built in. It has the espresso built in. So it's very simple, and I love me a good all-in-one. I want everything to be done in the same package. So if I could get a pour over that had a grinder built in, woo, that would be absolutely amazing. All right, there you go. That's the Lavazza Top Class. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely clearly click that like button. And if you want to join the Adam Lucas family and you want to be a part of this crew, hit that subscribe button. Every time I get a subscriber, I get a boost to make more and more videos. And it's because of you guys, I surpassed 9K. Yes, people, on my way to 10K, but I need your help. Yes, you right there. Tell your friends, tell your family, this guy's on YouTube. They should go subscribe and watch my channel. But as always, I thank you for watching each and every one of my videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.